Hi, I'm Jeffrey with Basecamp Custom Vans. Thanks for checking this out. Doing a walkthrough video of this Ford Transit camper van that's for sale. And we'll jump inside and talk about how it was built out. But yeah, the van itself is a 2023 Ford Transit 250. It's a all-wheel drive model with a high roof. This thing's unstoppable. It's got a big V6 engine in it. Got about 28,000 miles on it. And this has been my personal van for the last year. I've been building camper vans for 8 years now and traveling in them going back over 15 to start with. My van life odometer's got about 400,000 miles on it of personal travel. And with that, I bring, everything I've kind of figured out on the road, I bring to the building I do. So customers bring me their own vans and we customize them however we want. And the joy of this one was it was my van, so I got to do exactly what I wanted, use it and arrange it how I wanted. So on the roof, we've got, just on this, all the exterior stuff first, the 300 watts of solar on the roof, and that's a ceiling fan up front that's controlling the airflow. So there's bunk windows over the bed. The bed goes sideways. It's a queen, 60 inches across. It's 75 inches, and so over the feet or at the head of the bed, both one or both windows could be open, have the airflow going. There's also in the sliding door window, there's a top slider that'll slide open. So near the cooking area, the fan can control airflow up there as well. And then we have a gyroscopic fan that'll either point down at the bed or down there to the front of the van. Yeah, very comfortable all the time in all weather. Yeah, this is a true 4-season van. The walls, floors, and ceiling are full of insulation. They're it's a synthetic down that's similar to 3M Thinsulate, but unlike Thinsulate, mostly you would put that on just one layer of Thinsulate on the walls. These walls are full. These wall cavities are full of that synthetic down. So we tripled up on it, and keeps the van very comfortable when it's hot out. Doesn't heat up like a tin can. And when the heat's, when you need the heat running, it stays warm in here. So this is a Propex. The heater is a Propex HS2800. It's powered by propane, which is stored away in a locked away in a vented locker that's just up there. So I can show you. The other thing on this wheel well is this 20-gallon water tank, and that seals, just closes off like that. And then in the other side, we've got 300 amp hour lithium battery that the 300 watts of solar are charging. And then there's a 3,000 watt inverter that will power, there's 4 outlets up front. So that's for any of the household stuff. The coffee makers or blow dryers, anything that's 110 from home will, that inverter can power quite easily. And then those lights you see are the solar controller and the DC charger. When the van's running, the batteries are being charged always when the van's running or when the sun's out. So it's pretty much on infinity mode. We can also plug in a charger on it, which isn't usually necessary, but for plug-in power, it's very simple. You just get a 12 volt 30 amp charger, which I have which I always have on board just in case it's needed. Yeah, let's jump inside. Here's the top slider I was talking about. So the van, we've got the driver and passenger seat already turned around. Doubles the seating, which is fantastic. So this this table will swing over for the driver passenger, or you can sit right there on the laptop and look out and enjoy the view. So let's just kind of pan around in here. Take it in. It's kind of a pan shop. We've got an extension on this kitchen galley. So there's actually a lot more counter space than it looks like at first, because you have this extension. This also kind of extends the surface areas to be working with. So we're cooking sometimes spread out a little, or other projects. cook with induction. This is the best way to cook. It just heats the pan. It doesn't heat this unit up. The magnetic exchange heats the pan up. And this isn't even really hot when you're done. It's a little warm because the pan was hot sitting on it. But that's not how it heats with that exchange. And what I love, I've done it in the past where we've cut the cooktop into the counter. And I don't like to do that anymore. I prefer to like just stow it away, have it go away, and then we could use the counter for different things throughout the day. And I might need it for whatever. The induction cooktops, they're glass, they're kind of fragile, so you don't use, I just don't like that concern. I really like it this way. You could use the cabinet space different. There's a big open cubby under there. Room for, oh, I shouldn't tilt it like that. Room for, utensils and all the things. And I'll put like pots and pans in this one. This is where the propane is. There's 2 vents in the back that go through the floor. So this is a safe locker. I still have to add the gasket to this, pardon me, and it'll latch closed and be like a more locked up. But so it's safe and secure. That Propex heater is way overpowered for this unit. We've tried all the heaters. The other kinds that you use, the run off the fuel tanks, like the Webasto and the S-Bars, we've used them. The maintenance on them is horrible. The fuel that they're burning is really dirty. So they gum up their fuel filters and need to be replaced often. They have to be taken apart and cleaned out often when they're being used a lot. So in the wintertime, we'll run these things 24 hours a day. And, if you're out for days on end, and that it's just, that's what people are using, and they're convenient to install because like you go right off the fuel tank. They just don't work. I don't know. I've used them all. I only use what works, what works and endures. So trial and error. This has been an evolution over many, many vans, over many, many years of traveling, hundreds and hundreds of nights sleeping out in these things. And so I try to have it covered for all the issues that have come up. And I only use what works the best, right? And that goes with the building materials too. So, we make our own. These are custom made cabinets, and everything in here is custom. You can't use stuff for kitchens or homes in these camper vans. They don't endure. They don't withstand, all of the wear and tear that happens being on the road. So what I'll for instance, so. Let me just get this out of the way. This cabinet is the same. So everything's made of maple. Like this is maple that's just stained. These cabinets are maple, but there's a laminate Formica on them. Everything we use for materials, it has to be, the criteria is that it has to be durable and has to clean up easy. And so, Formica cleans up really easy, wipes up. Very durable. Everything is trimmed with an aluminum, so you could bump and knock things and not worry about that. All the doors and edges that needed to be, so like these that we did the Formica on, to finish the edges, there's a rubber T-molding on them. This is a really strong, this blue dot material, it's a really strong jacquard. It looks great, but it's got this really high wear rating, just like a tweed, only it's just not, not a fan of the tweed, not a fan of the van looking like inside of a cheap suit. I like it to look nice too, but to that end, everything has to first pass the durability clean easy test, right? And the other thing is how this van is laid out is it's been thought through thoroughly. I've tried all the different configurations between dinettes in the back, where there's a dinette and a table that drops down to make a table, or we've done it with the kitchen galleys under that driver window and then a little bench over here. There's a few reasons I like it like this. One, I can sit and enjoy the view. You can really spread out and feel comfortable in here. It's not always nice with the doors open. In the evenings, you'll have the doors closed, or when the weather's bad. And it's easy to overbuild these and put too much cabinetry in or too much whatever, and then not have anywhere left to like spread out and actually sit and enjoy. You'll see that in a lot of production vans, where they've built in on both sides, and there's just a little hallway down the middle kind of thing, and they're not comfortable. I don't enjoy them the same way. I don't enjoy the space the same way. It's only 60 square feet in here, so we have to pick and choose which comforts we bring and which we don't. And so one thing we've done, so as far as the comforts from home, we've got big 4 cubic foot fridge. We've got a cassette toilet that stows away. This just goes away when you're not, it just stays under there. Show you inside all the cabinets because they are really big. Underneath here, we've got 2 big cubbies on each side that are 18 inches deep each. And this is 30 inches under here. So it'll fit bikes or gear. And this bed's not permanently fixed. There's 4 platforms that are spanning between the 2 cabinets. And so if you're doing something that you don't need a bed for, like going paddleboarding and you're taking some big boats along or something, you can always throw the mattress in the garage. And then these 4 panels come out real easy. It's it's a very secure deck, but it can be rearranged. And so it makes it more modular so that you can then have a full walkthrough feature. And so the sink is here on purpose. Deliberately put the sink near the door because, one, I want to use it as a sink, but also this will also act as a shower. So you can shower right here. You can also just pull this extension out and hose the bike off or hose off a muddy dog. And it's a great way. This is my own innovation. From trial and error, I've tried all these things, and everyone does. It's common to put a shower sprayer off the back doors where you open the door and there's a shower unit on the back cabinet. But, one, they have to be set up. They're not just ready to go. They have to plug things in and hang that off the door. I prefer to have a bike rack on my trailer hitch. So then opening the back doors is kind of a hassle. And so I was trying to figure out, I'm not really using the rear showers like I would think, mainly because it's just not easy. So what would be easy? And so I kind of came up with this. I don't know if other people do this, but I didn't get this from someone else. I just kind of came up with this, hey, sink by the door. And then I also like to be cooking by the door because it just vents out, just keeps the air going. It's very simple. So we try to be innovative and creative with the space. Like I said, it's only 60 square feet in here. So yeah, I love this van. I'm very proud of it. I got to travel in it over the winter and really enjoy it. We take it up to ski areas. I'll drive up to the ski areas on the Continental Divide at night, and so that I wake up there, and it's so then I don't have to drive before skiing. And this van has dealt with those coldest conditions, as well as being in the Southwest. I was in Arizona for a couple weeks there this winter, and it was hot. It was in the 90s, and this van's comfortable in all the extremes. We've developed and designed and developed these here in the Rocky Mountains, where we deal with lots of with all the conditions. I've also traveled all over the country, up and down both coasts. I've been through the deserts of the Southwest. I've been in the swampy South and all up in New England and all in between. And so what I try to do is bring what I've learned about all the things that can come up along in all of those different environments, and I try to cover all the bases, right? So this has just been an overview of all of what's going on in here. And if you're interested, we could jump on a video call. And it's easy to use FaceTime or Facebook Messenger videos. And we can take as much time as need on a video call to answer all the questions and point the camera at everything. And so I'm really grateful you take the time to watch this. If you are interested, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much. Have fun.